Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. So, it's late at night, it's 8 in the morning. I just finished doing some streaming action and had a good time playing the World of Warcraft and the Diablo and whatnot. And at this time of night, I get some food, get some apples, get some OJ. I read the YouTube comments, I read the Twitch comments. And on my last video, where, I ended up getting someone on my server who was on my faction killed in order for me to take the rare mob. And obviously there was some questionable ethics, which is why I included the judge pick in the end. But it kind of brought out a few points that I didn't really expect. Because when I play a video game, it's really all I do. I mean, I go out and get some exercise, do a few things, but I don't really, get to sit back and analyze the ethics behind what I'm doing. And some people brought up some pretty interesting points, and it kind of got me thinking. And I actually think maybe it's a pretty important topic for people to think about. So there's a few comments here that actually really got to me. So there's one here. I'm kind of disappointed. I didn't think Krip was this kind of guy. Call me lame, even though it's just a game. I don't find it necessary to be a cynical asshole, even though there are quite a lot of them. He got lucky and found the mob first, take it like a man, and try to get him another time instead of making others feel miserable for a small personal gain. In the real world, I think he'd be absolutely right. But when I'm playing a video game, it's kind of like cutting edge competition all the time in everything I do. And it leads to some asshole behavior like this sometimes, but on the flip side, I just can't feel bad about it because, there are a few things at hand here. There's the notion of, yes, you do make some players feel bad, and I get it, but I mean, World of Warcraft, as long as I've played it, it's a game centered around items, as many other games are. The pursuit to get items is largely the point in the game, and it's largely competitive. If I got to the mob first, yeah, I would have killed it. If someone else killed me, I wouldn't have felt so bad. If the guy was a horde player and I just killed him, and I took the rare mob instead, would that have been any different? Probably not, but would that have been okay? I'm sure some of you guys may have different opinions on that fact. But it comes down to this. I've thought about it for a while here, and it's kind of like a competitive situation. It's like the Wild West in a way. I think that's how I see games. That's how I play games, and it's you just try to do your best every single time. And if that involves trying to do some things that other people, incur a loss, then, maybe they learn something from that. And it does sound really like, corporative, really competitive here and shit. But it's kind of the truth. I mean, think about it. When you play like World of Warcraft and you play a BG, if it's a close game, and you're about to win or something, is it worth for you to lose? Is it worth that loss in honor if you're only doing it for honor, if you don't care if you win or lose? Is it worth that small loss in honor for, the other team to feel better that they won? Because, the other team has 10 players. If you don't give a shit, your team only has 9. So, one extra guy is going to feel much better. So the sum of the happiness is greater in that action if you really don't care. And when I do BGs, I really don't care who's going to win. I just like plowing noobs, So, do I go around the game like, letting people kill me? Do I go around the game intentionally losing battlegrounds? Like, do I start a raiding guild and intentionally do bad so the other raiding guilds on the server feel good about themselves, that they've bested all the other 10 guilds on the server, they're the #1 ranked guild on the server? Not really. No. I like to play games. I like to compete. I want to do the best stuff I can do within the limits of the game. And I'm going to execute that, and more times than not. In real life, it's a different situation. that's just the way I see it. In real life, I'm not goal-driven at all. I am not very ambitious. I don't really care what happens. It's all good. But within games, for whatever reason, maybe you guys can share this experience, I can be very ambitious sometimes. I want the absolute best gear in some cases. I want all the stupid novelty items. I want fucking 150 pets. 150? Did I say that? I meant 250. I want them all. You know? So it's a very different comparison where you know, I think different people may see it in many ways. See, some people are probably not as into games as I am. They're more in you know, very objective mindset of comparing things, and that's why I think in this case they can be absolutely correct in theory, but it just doesn't apply to the scenario that the game allows, the scenario that happened in this case. And yeah, there's a lot to think about. There's a lot to think about in the kind of person that you actually are, and the kind of actions that you take in certain situations within video games. There's a lot of people that have this mindset that, you know, you go online and you're anonymous and you do this and you do that, and that's just because these guys are all assholes when it comes to, you know, anonymity. I don't think that's the case. I think certain games have certain incentives set up, because that's what it's really all about. It's about the incentives. They have the incentives set up, and the people, their actions are largely dictated by these incentives. And in many cases, it promotes behavior like this. So I feel a little bit bad after some people made, you know, their points very clear and very sound, but I can't say I would have acted much differently in the future. Hopefully there's something to be learned about this this topic, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.